Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or hey if you're new here. My name is Ab and I'm a post-grad exploring life without a 9-to-5 job, and I'm taking you guys on that journey with me. Today we're doing episode 2 of Learn to Sew with me. If you missed episode 1, I'll make sure to link it right down below in the description, then you can watch it right after this video. So, the goal for this series is to hopefully one day be able to make my own wardrobe. But we're starting small. So last episode I made a scrunchie, and this episode we're taking up just a little bit and making a tote bag. For this tote bag, I actually tried it like 6 months ago when I first got my sewing machine, and it didn't go well. I went in with way too much confidence. I didn't understand anything about my sewing machine, and I really didn't understand anything about sewing. So I went in, just jumped right in, overconfident, thinking I could do it, and it led to a lot of frustration, and also led to me putting my sewing machine away until this series. But I've learned a lot from last episode, and I've been practicing, and I feel like I can do it this time. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. Thanks for being here with me. So for the fabric that we're gonna be using for this tote bag, I just have some recycled fabric that I've found around the house. So I have this, which is my aunt's old fabric shower curtain. Actually, I made a few scrunchies out of it last video, and I actually just think it's really cute, and I think it'd be really good for the outside of the bag. And then for the liner of the bag, I have this pretty green fabric, which is actually my brother's old bed sheet. I think these two will go really well together. In the video, the pattern, they said I needed some structure for the like armband, but I don't have that, and I didn't go out to Michael's to get it. And I think what I'm gonna do is just double liner, or like use fabric, like thicker fabric as the stuffer, like maybe this. And I'm not too worried about it because I'm just learning on this one. If I really like the pattern, I'll go out and get it and make it again. But for this one, I'm just not gonna worry about it. To start, I'm just gonna cut out all of my pieces. I wrote it all down here. We have to have 4 16 by 16 body pieces, which are 2 of the body and 2 of the liner, 2 strap pieces, and then 2 stapler pieces. So I'm just gonna cut those real quick and be right back. Change of plan. I started to cut, and then I realized that I still had the squares from the first time I tried this pattern. So I have my pink Gingham square, but last time I made this I was using this like cream fabric, and I have both of those. And rather than just waste this fabric, I'm just gonna use this instead of recutting it. I'm just gonna give these a quick iron and then cut the straps of the pink gingham, and we'll get started sewing a lot sooner than expected. Alrighty, I got my pieces cut and ironed. So for my stabilizer, actually, I cut the hem of the shower curtain because the shower curtain had like a really thick hem at the bottom, and that's gonna be my stabilizer, and I think that'll work really well. So we have that. I have my 2 stabilizer pieces, my 2 strap pieces, and my 4 body pieces. So time to sew. So the first thing that we're doing is right size together of the outside fabric. Let's do that. Okay, so past Abby did not know how to measure because one of these squares is definitely bigger than the other, but we're just going with it. Than the first time because I could not get this piece together the first time, and now I have it together, which is good. The edges are super frayed already, so I'm definitely going to do a zigzag over those, but we're doing good. Next, for the inside panels to sew together. about clipped together. The only difference that's going to be on this one than it was from the first panel is I'm going to leave the about 5-inch gap from where I'm going to turn it inside out. Okay, so I explained this horribly, but pretty much what I'm going to be doing is leaving a 5-inch gap here. So at the end of my work, when I'm done sewing everything's going to be still inside out, but I can pull the bag through and then it'll be right side out, if that makes sense. If not, just watch the tutorial. It makes a lot more sense. Anyways, back to the video. So it's time to box the corners, and this is what I'm nervous about. So pretty much we're making it so the box has like a wider bottom, so it's not just like straight up. So the corners are going to be like pulled in, and then it's going to have like a good thick bottom. So wish me luck. I think that went relatively okay. As you can see, it's got like a much more boxy shape. Oh, that's so cool. And it can kind of like stand on its own. Just cutting these corners was the most stressful part about that. But it's pretty good. So now I just have to do that again for the lining. So it's time for the straps. So I have my strap pieces and my stabilizer pieces. And in the tutorial, she just irons on her stabilizer because she has actual stabilizer. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, I'm not entirely sure if it's really necessary. I was thinking I was gonna sew it to the center so it stays better, but I'm thinking that because I'm folding it over anyways, I don't know if I need to do that. We'll see, I'll keep you updated. Okay, I figured out what I'm gonna do. So in the video, her stabilizer is about double as thick as this is. It's almost as thick as the actual strap. But she folds the strap over twice. So she does like a little like hem seam and then folds it in half just so she doesn't have to turn it inside out. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up and sew the stabilizer up here and then just fold it over once because this is about half as thick as my strap piece. So then I will fold it over and it'll be a strap and I still won't have to turn it in. Make sense? Kind of. This is embarrassing how messy it is. But this is the concept. So here's that, and then I'm gonna fold this over to meet the other side. So can I say it's the most professional looking strap in the world? Absolutely not. But it's a strap, and it's pretty hefty, and I think this is a good solution. So actually, for the second strap, I have this Sew No More, which we used to use for like Girl Scout patches. I'm just gonna put it under this first and just avoid the first seam altogether. Okay, that one is a million times better. Like, so much cleaner. The back is definitely so embarrassing. The back is definitely not the best, but it's so much better. So look at me making progress. First strap, second strap. So much better. I'm gonna add a zigzag down both sides just so it looks cleaner. And this is definitely gonna fray because I didn't do a hem or anything. That's on me. So I'm gonna do that. So my bobbin just ran out, so I have to fill that quick. Hey, this is looking pretty good. It's looking like a tote bag. Now I just have to add in the lining. So I'm gonna put the lining on top of this so it's right sides together, and then sew it, and then we'll turn it in with like the little loop, the little opening we left on the lining. So I have my side seams clipped together and my top clipped together. One mistake I almost made was having the straps be out. The straps need to be in, and that's makes it a lot easier to pin it all together, and when it flips together it'll be right side out. Okay, small but large triumph in my sewing journey. My starting seam and ending seam match up perfectly, which means I kept my seam allowance at least relatively even throughout the whole time, which has been a big issue for me. So that's huge. Okay, now for this opening. Oh my god, I thought I didn't have it for a second. My opening that I left, I now have to pull the whole bag like out of it, which I'm a little scared of. I did it! Oh my god, stop! Professional sewer who? Stop! Oh my god, I did it. Okay. Close this seam by like folding in the seam allowance and then doing a stitch across. The tutorial said top stitch. I really don't know what a top stitch is, so I don't really feel like YouTubing it right now. So I think I'm gonna do a straight stitch with a zigzag over it and call it a day. Okay, so I needed to know what a top stitch was for this too, because I turned it inside out. I have to do a top stitch around the top just to finish it off. So I looked it up, and it's literally just like a normal seam, just a 1/4 inch instead of a 1/2 inch around, like for decorative. I think I'm understanding that correctly. So I'm gonna do that quick. I'm gonna press the edges first just so I get a nice finish on this, and then we're gonna be done. Okay guys, I'm literally covered in loose threads, but ignore that because oh my gosh, she's done. Ah, I am so proud of her. She's so cute. She definitely has her faults, specifically the straps. They're still fraying because I did the zigzag stitch way too low on them, but it's so good and it's usable and it's put together. And for the first time doing something big like this other than scrunchies, I am so ridiculously proud of it, especially the top stitch. Like, look how clean and beautiful that looks. I'm so excited about it. It's something that I'm gonna use, and that's really the end goal of this series, is to create items in my wardrobe that I'm gonna use on the daily so I can have my own wardrobe made by my own 2 hands. And we're starting off really strong with our tote bag and scrunchies. So thanks so much for following along, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in for episode 2. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell so you know when episode 3 is posted right away. Thanks for following along. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!